Hey, Big Mike the Terror here with Truth, Freedom, Prosperity. You might remember a few months ago when I was still on Adam versus the Man that we had mentioned, we did an interview with a high school student, and they had some footage that they had released of one of their teachers who was just saying some very inflammatory things regarding Iran, basically advocating students bomb Iran and that we should go to war and things like that.
So, tactical nuclear strikes, meaning smaller weapons, would have been very effective 8 to 10 years ago. Right now, I think the U.S. is the only ones that can do it now. We're the only ones with bombs big enough to potentially penetrate to these underground caverns, or at least, if we know where the entrances are, to destroy something that's a half-mile underground. If you destroy all the entrances and exits to it, you effectively do the same thing. How hard is it to blow up a couple of some unknown actors? Yeah, some unknown actors. We believe it was either the Israeli Mossad or the CIA. Blew up a couple of power pylons about 6 months ago in Iran as like a see what we can do really easily demonstration. The Iranians did something really stupid too. They had the Fordo site. They had all the power, the electricity going to it on above ground wires. You know, like high tension power cables? They had wires going to the place. Isn't that kind of stupid?
That's another one of our ideas. Super powerful spies.
Super powerful spies? That is a potential. Okay. What we got? Another group. Yes, let's hear what you guys have. Guys, let's listen to what this group has to say.
Create alliances, more alliances around Iran.
So basically, surround Iran with people who think like us, who would feel potentially threatened. Good idea. We've done that. The countries that feel threatened by Iran are Israel, United States, Kuwait, Bahrain, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Jordan. These are the major ones, and basically a lot of the places along the former southern Soviet Union feel directly threatened by Iran. The odd, amazing thing was even Israel, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia, who normally don't talk to each other, all actually had a number of secret contacts and were working together to confront a common enemy, Iran. And all these countries, unfortunately, look to the United States to take the lead. We'll help you. We'll actually supply military bases. We will supply refueling facilities. We will supply coastlines for you guys to infiltrate. We're with you, United States. Take the lead. Well, under the later years of Bush and all of the Obama years, these countries have been waiting for the United States to do something. And in the past year or so, most of them said, forget about it. We'll deal with it ourselves. Yeah.
So ours was continue kind of covert operations, as in sending computer viruses like they did before.
Yeah. We've been doing that. Israel's been doing that. We think Britain and France have also been doing that. Keep up the pressure on Iran. Do what kind of damage you can. Try and force them, convince them to change their ways. Nobody else is going to do it. And, you know, Nick and Ethan are beating each other up. I'm not going to tell all you girls, okay, all you girls get together and break up that fight because it's closer to you, they're closer to your age. No, I'm going to do it because it needs to be done. Yes?
They might not have nuclear weapons.
Nuclear weapons.
So why should we even get involved? Like, I think we should be non-interventionists.
Okay, well that was one of the rules. You can't do nothing. And the reason you can't do nothing is because, hang on, the reason you can't do nothing is because the larger body of evidence says everything they have done is far beyond what is needed for their... You're not listening. You're already ready to come back to me.
What?
Just listen. Everything they have done so far, evidence, proven fact, is far beyond anything a country would need to create nuclear power, energy, without nuclear weapons. They have gone far beyond that. The IAEA has constantly said, let us into these sites to prove that you are not producing weapons, and Iran has constantly said no.
But we're the only country in the world that's ever used nuclear weapons.
That's irrelevant.
No, it's not.
Sure it is.
Like, I'm not gonna lie and say we should do something if that's
Okay. But part of the rules for this, because we're working...
I'm sorry. Please come to the office.
Who?
Now, she hasn't made anything else public other than this, and just to set the record straight and to make things clear, I'm acting on my own here. I'm taking the liberty of making this video, but I think it's necessary to help them out because the full story hasn't really been told here of what has happened after that interview and after this video surfaced. You know, so the treatment from this teacher, the things that teacher is saying to students. You know, that my friend has now been pulled out of that class, and the teacher continues to you know, talk about them and in the court of public opinion make things very difficult for her. And they've also even went as far as to try and scare the hell out of her and bring the cops into her school and saying that filming in a public place such as her school is a felony. And luckily she has a supportive family that you know, stuck up and stood up and didn't allow that to have happen. So what I'm doing with this video, again, I'm acting on my own here, is I'm going to release the name of the school and the teacher. Alright, it is Owen J. Roberts High School in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. It's a history teacher named Mr. Cohen. Now, if you think that having, from what I understand, somebody who used to be in the Israeli Defense Force of the Israeli Army, teaching that maybe we should be bombing Iran, or really even teaching about the Israel-Palestine conflict at all, is a conflict of interest, or maybe you just find it offensive having a high school teacher teach young impressionable kids, you know, an interventionist foreign policy, that we should be bombing other countries without a declaration of war, without having anything done to us. If that kind of disturbs you, feel free to give a call. I got the number right here. It's actually 610-469-5101, and I'll post that in the information below this video. But again, that's 610-469-5101. Teacher's name is Mr. Cohen. Get to work. And one last thing, I wanted to give a shout out to my friend. I'm not going to name names, but I want to give a shout out and say thank you for doing what you did. It takes a lot of courage in high school when, you know, you're not going to be having people thinking the way you do, thinking about politics or thinking about foreign policy, and to stick your neck out there and take the lumps that come with it from your peers and from your teachers and everything. So shout out to my friend.